Hello, this is Heather from Stamps Paper Love. Today I have a scrapbooking process video for you that I hope inspires you to tell your own stories. If you're interested in more scrapbooking inspiration, be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow the links in the video description to find me on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, I am starting off the layout with some mixed media. So this is just a piece of white cardstock that I've put some gesso on, and I'm using a little squeegee tool to spread it out across the page. Of course, I had more gesso on there than I needed, so I had to kind of keep scraping it off. And then these are the two photos that I'm going to be scrapbooking. And after the gesso dried, I sprayed on some pink spritz spray, mixed media paint, and just kind of played with it a little bit. Nothing too fancy. I have not used this kind of mixed media a ton, so I just wanted to kind of get a little bit of spray on there and then go with it. The papers I'm using are from the Naughty List collection by Traci Reed Designs. And I'm just going to map my photos up using a few different types of the papers. The Naughty List is actually a Christmas collection, and this is not a Christmas layout. This is a birthday layout that happened in July. So I just picked a few of the papers that I liked the colors of, and they were fun and cheerful, and matted up a few of the solids in there along with the patterns. There's a great polka dot, there's some stars, there's some stripes. I don't think I ended up using the stripe paper, but it is very cute as well. So I've seen the tissue paper being used on layouts, so I decided to give it a try, and you will find out later that that tissue paper mat does not make the cut. I don't know. We'll talk about it later, I guess. So then I went to stamping. I chose several different stamps, 9 stamps, because it was her 9th birthday, and just kind of collaged them in these 3 little corners in different colors. So it's just a bunch of 9s, and just kind of gives a fun theme to what is happening in the photos. I mean, obviously it's just her with her birthday cake, so super simple concept with just focusing on the 9, and there was a close-up photo of the candle on the cake that's a 9 also, so it just kind of all ties in. And I just used a variety of colors just to make it bright and cheerful. Some of the colors are the colors in the pattern papers, and some are just, coordinating, just kind of will go along with it. So here I'm gluing down the photos, and I'm going to start with the embellishments. I have just some little label stickers from the Naughty List collection that I'm going to put on here, and the little one says celebrate. The green one is just a green outline of a hexagon, so it's just kind of a layering element. And then I'm going to be adding a present and a little noisemaker thing that all again came from this Naughty List Christmas collection, but they worked pretty well with the birthday as well. I had another little label, and I cut like a journaling card to make that little bannery piece that fit up there. And then I added another little sticker that I'm going to destroy later, so hang on to your hats for that. I decided to tear a couple of pieces from the top and the bottom of the layout and put a little bit more of that pattern paper behind. And the hexagon paper that I used in the mat and I put on the top here, it has snowflakes on it, so I had to kind of strategically cut and place my photo and make sure that I used parts that didn't have the snowflakes on it. Here I decide I want a little bit more of that drippy mixed media, so I added some more of that. And then I found some possible little accents to add for a little bit more flavor. These are kind of acrylic-y or epoxy-like stars, so I just added a few of those all around. And this is about the point where I'm starting to think, I don't know if I like that tissue paper. It just was covering up too much of the stamping, the nines. And so I'm just kind of thinking it over and thinking it over, and I think I'm going to end up starting to tear it off here pretty soon. So you'll see that. Yeah, I start by thinking, well, maybe I can just, you know, get it to kind of roll back a little bit or whatever, but I just didn't like it. And so at this point, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to tear the whole thing off. And so here I go. Now, when I tear it off, of course, because I had already glued it, that little banner piece is also glued down. And when I tore the tissue, I ended up tearing that and ruining that. So I have to take it off. And of course, it leaves a little mark on that pink card with the banners on it as well. So I am going to have to cover up that little area as well. So I do like the tissue paper. I like the texture of it and the way it looked. I just didn't like that it was covering up all my stamping. So I'm kind of, thinking about, okay, how can I keep the tissue paper on the layout, but just not in the way that I had it on there. So I don't even know if you can tell on the video, but up in that corner is where I kind of messed it up. So what I decided to do instead is make a little like back and forth paper fold fan kind of piece of tissue paper. And I'm going to stick that underneath that photo of the 9, the candle. And it just kind of ends up making that look like a present. And so I thought that was kind of a cute little way to enhance the layout and keep to that birthday theme. And so that's how the tissue paper incident went. And I like to cover up sometimes that glue with a little acrylic block just to give it a little weight to keep it held down till it dries. Now I have to fix that little spot that I messed up on the little pink card. So I have stamped some balloons, and I'm just going to add those on with some foam dots. And there's 3 different colors. I think I decided not to use the pink one because it was too close to the color of that 9 that it was going to be right on top of. So then I stamped an orange one and added that into the little balloon collage area. I'm also going to take some embroidery thread in a little bit, and I'm going to tie some thread to each of the little balloons so that you get the idea that they're kind of floating in the air and so on. I probably left in too much of this me tying stuff onto the balloon. I wonder if this is where I get the string all tangled up too. Yeah, oh yeah, there's the tangle. Isn't that great? So then I have to kind of trim that off, and when I do the next 2, I cut the string in half so that I wouldn't have that big balloon string issue where it knotted all up because it was too long to pull through. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, I guess the whole point of this layout is that I started with this Christmas collection that I didn't have a ton of embellishments that I could use that fit the theme. There were a few that I used in the little area below, but most of the other ones were too Christmas themed to be able to use them on a birthday layout. So adding in the stamping really gave me the flexibility of using the papers that I like the colors of, but obviously in a different theme. And I know that many of us scrapbookers have tons of stamps laying around. I mean, how many different 9s do I have there? 1, 2, 3, like 6 or 7 different 9s. Then I also did the words, and these are the still shots, so I guess I should wrap this up pretty quick. But it's a great layout. I love it, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some inspiration and are able to get some of your own memories on your scrapbook pages done. Thank you again for watching. And check out tracireed.com if you would like to get the Naughty List paper pack.